High up in the icy heights of the world's tallest mountain, Mount Everest, strange footprints have been found. Prints that doesn't belong to any of the human or animal in this world. Several mountaineers and local Sherpas claim to have seen something humanoid, covered in snow and fur, walking across the frozen landscape. They call it the Yeti. But the real question is the Yeti just a legend? Or was there truly something once living on this earth? And what if the creatures we've only ever heard of in myths and fairy tales, like dragons, those massive flying reptiles that could breathe fire and burn everything in sight, towering over humans like we're nothing but playthings, or werewolves, far more massive and ferocious than any normal wolf, hunting their prey under the cover of night? What if they were real? Then there are others like mermaids, or the monstrous sea kraken, creatures of the deep that sailors have whispered about for centuries. What if all these beings weren't just stories, but part of a forgotten chapter of Earth's ancient past? And the most chilling part? There are people, eyewitnesses, who claim they've seen these deadly, terrifying creatures. In today's video, we're diving into the mystery of 7 mythical creatures that might not be just legends, but real beasts that once ruled this earth. We've mostly seen Godzilla in movies. According to Japanese folklore, Godzilla is a massive creature that looks a lot like a giant lizard, measuring around 300 feet tall. The story goes that it awakens due to radiation from nuclear testing. It emerges from the depths of the ocean, breathes incredibly dangerous fire from its mouth, and destroys everything in its path. Now, on the surface, this all sounds like something straight out of a film. But millions of years ago, there actually was a dinosaur that shared several similarities with Godzilla. Scientists have named it Spinosaurus. It was even bigger than a T-Rex. On its back, it had a large sail-like structure that helped it swim, making it a hunter both on land and in water. Some scientists believe that the idea of Godzilla was inspired by the Spinosaurus and other massive, now extinct reptiles. According to ancient Greek and Roman mythology, unicorns, the magical creatures we see in movies and cartoons, might not have been just a fantasy. It sounds strange, but some scientists believe that unicorn-like creatures may have actually existed on Earth. In the icy, ancient regions of Siberia, there once lived a real animal that looked a lot like a horse, but with a single horn on its head, much like a modern-day rhino. This creature wasn't small either. It stood about 8 feet long and weighed as much as a truck. Some believe that when local people discovered its fossils, they thought they had found the remains of a real unicorn. Old cave paintings and tribal stories across many cultures, even from Europe to China, speak of a mysterious, horned creature roaming the land. So maybe, just maybe, these weren't pure myths, and the unicorn might just be one of them. Back in 1997, something strange was detected deep within the world's largest ocean, the Pacific. A bizarre, low-frequency sound was picked up by underwater microphones, over 5,000 kilometers away from its source. At first, scientists were baffled. The sound was so powerful, they believed it could only come from a massive creature lurking deep below the surface. How massive? Based on the strength of the sound, it would have had to be 100 times bigger than a blue whale, the largest animal alive today. This gave rise to the modern-day myth of a deep-sea monster known as the Bloop. But eventually, researchers discovered the truth. The sound didn't come from a creature at all. It was actually caused by giant icebergs breaking apart and melting in the waters around Antarctica. Still, with 95% of the ocean still unexplored, who's to say there aren't ancient giants still hiding down there? For thousands of years, humans have believed that the lion rules the land and the eagle dominates the skies. But when ancient people stumbled upon the fossilized bones of a dinosaur called Protoceratops, they imagined something entirely new, a hybrid creature with the body of a lion and the wings of an eagle. That mythical beast was named the Griffin. But here's the wild part. They may have been closer to reality than they knew. Roughly 700 years ago, deep in the forests of New Zealand, a real creature lived that looked a lot like a griffin. Its name? The Host's eagle, the largest and most dangerous eagle that ever existed. This giant bird didn't just resemble the mythical griffin, it behaved like one too. It hunted the moa, the tallest flightless bird known to science, which could weigh up to 250 to 300 kilograms, nearly 5 times heavier than the average human. And yes, the Host's eagle was powerful enough to hunt humans as well. In the deepest parts of the ocean, where sunlight doesn't reach and complete darkness surrounds everything, there are tales of a terrifying creature. People say it once lurked in that pitch-black abyss, powerful enough to destroy entire seafaring ships. Some believe it looked like a dragon, a beast so massive and fearsome that its very movements could stir violent storms. Its roar was said to sound like a crack of thunder, and its eyes were described as burning with fire. According to ancient mythology, this creature was called the Leviathan, known as the King of the Ocean, a monstrous ruler of the seas. But the question remains, was Leviathan ever real, or is it just another legend passed down through the ages?